Man City with such an early defeat in the season at home, losing 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. After their first game, people will say yes, it's against Wolves, who have lost two of their best players and all that, but it doesn't matter. Like I know what I saw. Like they looked dominating. They looked a bit like their old self. Um you think Man City were about to have great news given that Rodri's back on the bench a lot earlier than expected. But damn. And the funny thing is, the game didn't start that way. The way the game started, I actually thought City were going to have a comfortable win. Marmoush should have put them 1-0 up earlier. I don't know how he missed that chance. He had a poor game. Initially, it looked like he was, he's taking on Pedro Porro with pace, and it looked like he was going to be electric this game, and just too predictable sometimes. Too predictable. Haaland as well. Honestly, he might be the best finisher in the world with his legs, but when it comes to his heading ability, he is such a poor finisher with his head. A lot of the times he gets those headers, maybe because he just leaps higher than everyone else, so he's trying to get a ball that's almost impossible. I don't know, but a couple of the headers he missed today, I thought he should have scored them. I thought he should have at least got them on target, and he ended up heading them over. But what a victory for Tottenham Hotspur. What a victory for Tottenham Hotspur. 6 out of 6 points, 100% record so far. Starting on very good form. Obviously, look, I don't think this is something that's going to last the whole season. I don't think they're going to be challenging, obviously, for the title. That's crazy, and probably won't even finish top 4. But they definitely would want to start this way. That way, when they do end up having the blip, because it happens to every team, to be honest. When they do end up having their blip later in the season, they might already have a good cushion of points to at least finish comfortably in the top 6. But damn, Thomas Frank, kudos, man. Kudos. Like, I always thought he was a good manager, just didn't think he was a good enough manager for the top teams. But I guess, again, without trying to diss Spurs or anything, like I think Spurs and Thomas Frank are like a match made in heaven. Like, maybe Spurs were trying to like aim too high when they wanted managers like, Xavi Hernandez and Luis Enrique and some of the names they were trying to go after. I think Thomas Frank is the kind of manager that works well for them, because look, they wanted to play expansive open football with Ange Postecoglou, and the reality is, man, Spurs is just not that team that can play that. Spurs is the kind of team that should play the Brentford type of game, defend low block. They have very good defenders that can win the ball back, play that low block, and just hit teams on the counter. And to be fair to them, they didn't even play that kind of a low block. Like, they actually went up and pressed Man City, forced them into mistakes. That's how the second goal came in. Obviously, I'm not even going to say against the run of play, because while I think City were the better team before that first goal came in, but I don't know, like this, when you miss some of those chances and you are that open defensively, you are going to concede at some point. Like, it's just going to happen. And I think City still clearly have major defensive problems. Bro, James Trafford. Oh my God. And then people say, oh, why would they go after Donnarumma? Well, this is not the keeper they should be having for this season. If they're serious about winning the league title, they need to go and upgrade on James Trafford. I'm sorry. Like, he needs to be a backup keeper at best. He's 22. He's got a lot of time. If he's not arrogant or cocky, he probably will accept sitting on the bench, especially if someone like Donnarumma comes in. It obviously means Ederson has to leave, and that's fine. But yeah, I don't think he should be looked at as the future for Man City. They should go and snap up Donnarumma. Even with his feet, I think probably would be similar level to he would be a similar level to what Trafford has displayed today. But definitely a much better shot stopper for sure. Yeah, but there's clearly a lot of holes and a lot of gaps in City's defending, man. It's clearly not up to the mark. They still get caught on transition. They still don't defend well in certain one-on-one situations. I can't believe we went from saying they have some of the best defenders in the world, Stones, Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake as well, who is known for his defensive prowess, just 2 seasons ago, to now saying they probably none of these guys are good enough, right? Genuinely, like if I'm looking at maybe Diaz, I don't know, maybe Diaz if the right people are around him. Obviously, they got Ait Nouri, fair enough. I think he's both games, like first game and the 20-30 minutes he played in this game, I thought he was doing quite well. But they need a new right back. Rico Lewis is just not it. They need at least one top quality center back, if not two. I think two, but they need to get at least one top quality center back before the window ends. Maybe, I don't know, go for someone like Bastoni or something. But they need to get someone. They definitely need to get someone, because this defense is going to be exposed in many games. Now, look, the one maybe saving grace for them is Rodri's back. And to be fair, when he did come on, he looked like he looked miles ahead of Nico Gonzalez. And I'm pretty sure this is not even like Rodrigo at his best yet. Sorry, Rodri at his best. His real name is Rodrigo. I'm pretty sure this is not Rodri at his best. Like, he's going to take a few games to slowly get back into rhythm, but just some of the passes he was like, spraying left and right, like that long pass he played to Doku, just the movement, the way he moves the ball around and just gets the team ticking. I think when he and Reinders settle in and start playing together for 6, 7, 8 games, they're just absolutely going to cook. So if I was City, I wouldn't overreact. Like, I wouldn't go crazy and say we're not going to compete this season. We're not going to be that good. We're going to get exposed again. You are going to get exposed, to be honest, defensively, but I still think they will be in a title race. I still think they'll get a lot of wins and they'll be right up there. I just don't think they can win the league title if they don't end up shoring up their defense. I think attacking wise, they're fine. Yes, they missed chances today. They failed to score. But as I said, with Rodri back, Foden obviously came off the bench. I don't know why he took off Shirky. I thought Shirky was having a decent game, and was trying to like look for through balls and trying to unlock the defense. I don't know why he took him off. That was a bit surprising. But even Shirky, as he keeps playing more games, he's going to settle in. He's going to start performing. So I think attacking wise, they shouldn't worry. Even though they didn't score today, defensively though, they should be worried. Like, they need a new right back. They need a new center back. And worst case scenario, they don't get either one. Then screw it, man. Just play one of the youngsters. Like, maybe Husanov is gonna be that guy for you, right? Maybe. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who else I can name. Akanji obviously is clearly going to leave. Wasn't even on the squad. Wasn't even on the bench today. But yeah, you need to do something different, because this is just not going to work. This is just not going to work. But look, I don't want to talk about City that much. Kudos to Spurs. They deserved the victory. Played really, really well. They showed that what they did against Burnley last week was not just because it's Burnley. Like, they can also do this against the big teams. As I said, this system they're playing on the Thomas Frank, I think, suits their club a lot more versus the progressive attacking football that they were trying to do under Ange, which works for teams like Liverpool, Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, these kind of teams that have like top class players all around, who are also very good attacking wise, and they will punish you 9 times out of 10. Spurs just don't have that kind of quality. And even defensively, like, they have 2 decent center backs, but I don't think they're good enough to be playing that kind of style, because they'll get caught all the time and they're just not good enough to defend in transition that much, at least in my opinion. So kudos to Spurs. Very good matchup so far with Thomas Frank. Will they last all season? I don't think so. I think they'll live. I don't know who they're playing against next. I want to check that. I think next game should be at home, so they should win it. Bournemouth's not going to be an easy game, to be honest. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. We'll see how they perform this weekend, but I thought they played a decent game against Liverpool. I don't think it'll be easy, but they probably should win that because it's at home. They've got West Ham, one of the worst teams in the league, the week after, or 2 weeks later, I guess, after the international break. So that should also be. You'd think it should also be. It should definitely be one of their easiest games in the first 10 matches, probably. Brighton away is a game they sometimes struggle in, so I expect them. That should be a good test. Like, if up until, and then after Brighton, they've got Wolves, and after Wolves, they've got Leeds away, and then Villa at home. So we leave Villa up until the 4th of October. So they're up until their Leeds game. I can genuinely see them winning every single game. Like, okay, I don't think they will win every single game, because I just don't think Spurs have that in them. But the matchup is like the fixtures, in my opinion, help them. Like they definitely can. If they get Bournemouth, for me, I think will be their most difficult test. Um, Actually, no, probably Brighton, but then again, depends on what Brighton we get, because sometimes Brighton are like incredible, and sometimes Brighton are like one of the worst teams. I still remember they got slapped up 7-0 last season by Forest. I think so. So, if they get to the Leeds game, which is basically game week 3, 4, 5, 6, game week 7. By game week 7, if they have like 18 points or more, then they have a real shot of finishing top 4. Or at least finishing top 5, because I think it's going to be the top 5 that gets it again this season for the Champions League. So, yeah, I mean, this is after they missed out on Eze. Obviously, they've been the laughing, they've been the biggest joke last week and the laughing stock of for everyone else. But if they end up having such a good run, I don't think they'll care about the Eze thing that much. I still think they probably need to sign 1 or 2 more players. Maybe especially for their attack, given that James Maddison is out for long. But yeah, good start for them. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I can't wait for us to play them, because it'll definitely be a harder matchup than the last couple of seasons. But now with Eze in, and just Gyökeres and all, I think it will be a very, very exciting game. When is that? 22nd November at the Emirates. At the Emirates. So yeah, look, we've won there last season. And then the season before that we drew. So we need to make sure we do it right this season and get a comfortable victory. But anyways, yeah, look, it's going to be a long season. I think this is not the first shock that we're going to see. It's not really a shock, to be honest. I'm pretty sure there are people who expected Spurs to trouble City. For me, it is a surprising result. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Premier League season. I think there's going to be a lot of twists and turns. Let me know what you guys think about City. Do they need 2 defenders? Do you think they need even more than 2 defenders? And will they? I think they'll challenge for the league, but I want to hear from you guys if you guys think they will challenge for the league. And maybe some of you think they'll actually even win it. So let me know your thoughts for City. Let me know your thoughts of Spurs and where they'll finish before the end of the season. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.